I'm still quite shocked. This nursing news never stops, and I really didn't mean for that to rhyme, but I guess you'll see that in due time. Booyah.
You can live pretty well by yourself.
What's good, ladies and gentlemen? It's your man CJ, aka the High Value Nurse, checking in once again, back with another video. And if you cannot tell right now, I am currently at the gig. I'm on a lunch or getting ready to go on lunch. It's the Q word right now. We know not to say that, but yeah, I just figured that I'd make this video since I'm about to go on lunch, and unfortunately, we have another disturbing news brief, if you will. Let's get into it. Now, this one comes to you out of Nashville, Tennessee, and the article I'm getting this from is Fox 17 local news. Woman impersonates nurse, disconnects 2 patient IVs in Chattanooga emergency room. Let's get into it. It says a woman pretending to be a nurse told 2 emergency room patients they were being discharged at a hospital in Chattanooga, Tennessee, according to the police. Online records show 28-year-old Lydia Kate Brock faces a total of 9 charges for the Sunday incident. According to an affidavit, this happened in the evening hours at Irregular Hospital on 3rd Street. Nursing staff told police that a woman wearing a hospital gown, later identified as Brock, entered the rooms of the 2 patients and told them she was their nurse for the evening. In a gown? So she walked in there in a gown and told them that she was their nurse for the evening. Let's continue. In one room, she told an 85-year-old man she was going to discharge him and then proceeded to remove him from his monitoring equipment as well as his IV, according to the report. Police say Brock then went to another room where she told a 70-year-old woman she was being released. As she began to remove the woman from the monitoring equipment and her IV, the woman's family members stopped her from doing so and notified the hospital staff. Hospital staff put Brock on a certificate of need, which is a mental health hold, putting her in custody, and then quickly worked to determine what else she might have done to the 2 parties. According to the affidavit, staff members told police they found blood vials in Brock's purse and that she was first brought to the hospital for a possible esophagus tear and DVT, deep vein thrombosis, a blood clot. The reporting officer says he looked up Brock's criminal record and found she had previous encounters with the Cleveland Police Department and Tennova Hospital. The officer says while at Tennova, she took a syringe, drew blood from her own IV, and spattered it onto her head and hair, and she stated she had fallen. Mental health is a real thing, ladies and gentlemen. It's a real thing. We got to get this mental health thing in check. But like the way we going in the world now, what is mental health at this point? You dig? But that's a whole nother video. Let's continue. Medical staff determined there was nothing physically wrong with Brock. The report says security found fentanyl, lidocaine, and syringes in her purse, along with empty prescription bottles from several different doctors. When asked about them, the report says Brock told them she was a nurse at a Wrangler and she forgot and left them in the bag they were located in. Yeah, something wrong with her. She's not even a good liar. While security said they found an Wrangler badge in Brock's purse, there is no indication that she is an Wrangler employee. The families of both patients, Brock encountered, and the Wrangler all told the officer they wanted to press charges against Brock. We reached out to a Wrangler for comment, and a spokesperson replied to us via email. Due to patient privacy laws, the Wrangler is unable to confirm or comment on specifics related to any patient care cases. We tracked down the niece of the 85-year-old man, the first patient police say Brock visited. She told us Tuesday that she and her family don't feel safe with him in the hospital anymore. The niece says her uncle suffers from dementia and told us that since Sunday's incident, he's been quieter. We also spoke with the family members of the 70-year-old woman They told us Tuesday that the woman had just gotten a CT scan when they saw Brock approach her bed. Brock was told to leave the room by family members, and the family members say she responded that she wasn't going to leave. And she said she was going to take the woman's IV out. The family members say things got physical as they tried to stop Brock from touching a patient. Brock is now charged with 2 counts of aggravated assault, 2 counts of abuse of a vulnerable adult, 2 counts of reckless endangerment, and 2 counts of impersonation of a licensed professional and possession of a drug paraphernalia. Brock claimed on her Facebook page that she was a nurse at Ternova, but shortly after we posted this story, her Facebook account was deleted. Quote, "As patients, it's our worst nightmare," says Cindy Gatton, principal advocate at Pathfinder. Gatton says it's extremely rare for an individual to impersonate a healthcare professional. That's cap. Maybe it's rare where they are, but we've seen multiple stories where people have impersonated healthcare personnel. In some cases, quote, "Some of the cases that I've seen have been individuals that wanted to be a doctor or a nurse and impersonated individuals because of that underlying need," says Gatton. Drug-seeking behavior is typical. A lot of individuals not in the healthcare system think that access to drugs is easier than it is in the hospital and think that they may be a way that they can solve a problem. We confirmed with Ternova that Brock worked as a nurse there until June 1st of this year. We were working to learn more. So wait a minute. It says we confirmed with Ternova that Brock worked as a nurse with the patient until June 1st of this year. I'm not understanding that. So is she a nurse or is she not a nurse? That's what we need to figure out right now. I'm going to follow up with this story because I'm trying to, I was trying to pull up the video, but the video's not coming up. And I can't even really show you all. There's a bunch of ads with it. But anyway, it's an unfortunate situation, man. Can you imagine somebody doing that? They lucky somebody that really put pause on that girl. Wait a minute. Let me go back to the end of this article. And the article will be posted in the description. So I guess she's not a nurse. I'm going to show y'all the video. The ghetto way. Check this out.
Pretending to be a nurse at Erlanger Hospital in Chattanooga told 2 emergency room patients they were being discharged. This is according to Chattanooga police.
Police say it happened at Erlanger Hospital on 3rd Street. An affidavit says Lydia Brock entered the rooms of 2 ER patients, told them she was their nurse for the evening, and then disconnected their IVs.
News Channel 9's Jordan Karnback spoke with family members of the patients Brock encountered. Jordan.
Yeah, Josh, Latricia, police say 28-year-old Lydia Kate Brock put patients in, quote, grave danger when she decided to enter hospital rooms claiming to be an Erlanger nurse. I spoke to those patients' families to see how they're doing now. So you don't feel safe with him in the hospital anymore?
No, ma'am.
Jacqueline Daniels got the shocking phone call Sunday evening.
They just said for me to get to the hospital, and I thought, well, what's going on? They said they couldn't talk on the phone, so I had to come there in person, and I did. And that's when the officer came up.
She was told her 85-year-old uncle was in his hospital room alone when it happened. This police affidavit says Lydia Brock entered wearing a hospital gown and posing as an Erlanger nurse.
He told me that one of the patients had went in his room and had discharged him and unplugged IV.
So I pretty much read all that. But all right, ladies and gentlemen, that's a crazy situation. She's very lucky that she didn't get the pause put on her for real, by some of these family members out here in the game. This is not funny. It's not a joke. She going around spreading blood on herself and then pulling it out of her IV. This woman has a serious problem and needs some mental help, mental evaluation. I pray that she gets the help that she needs. But again, this is a serious problem. So this video was a little ratchet with the footage and everything like that on the phone. But you know how we get down over here. You dig? And I appreciate y'all for helping me get to 4,000 subscribers. Thank you so much. I love y'all. We are going to do a 4,000 sub podcast party. And yeah, it's going to be great. I will let y'all know what day, because it's going to be on my next day off. So yeah, I'm gonna get to that. But anyway, please do me a favor, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, hit that subscription button so you don't miss none of the content. And if you don't do anything else, please make sure you get paid. Young Nurse, get paid. Peace.